Everybody reacts a little differently in a traumatic situation. Here is an armed gunman, a Democrat, Kamala Harris voter, who hates Donald Trump, loves the trans community, loves the Ukraine war, hates Christians, charging the White House Correspondents' Dinner that included dozens of administration officials and White House cabinet secretaries, senators, members of Congress, and hundreds, if not thousands, of members of the press. He said he'd kill every single one of them on his way to killing Donald Trump. That was his intention. We don't have to infer that, although you could from his social media posting. You can read his memo that he wrote about it. He had a manifesto. He's alive, by the way, and so will be able to have his day in court, I suppose. But his name is Cole Allen. Cole Allen was as serious as a heart attack when he charged and shot a Secret Service agent in the chest with his shotgun. As far as we know, he was only able to get one shot off. The Secret Service shot back at him right here, but they missed. Strange. You got to train, boys. Anyway, the point is that everybody reacts a little differently. And some people on the internet are going through the clips of how reporters reacted and are saying, well, this is really our best and brightest. There's like a trend that a lot of people are noticing is that the female reporters did the meme, right? Where like they filmed themselves instead of the event. So like there's a meme, right? Object, and then the chick filming herself in front of the object. Like, and this happened, right? Like, this is a good example of it. A reporter who decided to flip open her phone underneath a table, right, and film herself. And you know, a lot of people getting kind of this is the meme. This is the meme. Object, males, females, object. Photographing something that you want to show everyone. This meme happened a lot. I mean, look at this. Journalists celebrating with champagne and selfies after the attempted assassination of Donald Trump. There are plenty of clips of this. You can see here. Here's a woman. She's snatching and stealing wine bottles. So the president is nearly killed, along with like everybody in the room. If you read the manifesto, that's what the intention was. And this woman is most concerned about making sure that those bottles go straight down the gullet, right? Straight to the face. Take it straight to the face. Here we go. This is a reporter. This I find particularly hilarious because it was live during President Trump's press conference, right? So this is like a really important press conference at the White House. You'd assume a journalist would really care about this, but instead they are not even looking at the TV. They're slamming down bottles of free wine. This shows you the absolute state of Washington, D.C. Some journalists try to do good work, right? And here's one who talked about the security at the White House Correspondents' Dinner.
The biggest confusion about last night's White House Correspondents' Dinner was the fact that there was two-tiered security. So what that meant is when you first walked in, you literally had to like show your ticket. So I showed my ticket for one of the parties downstairs. The dinner is hosted at the Hilton, and there's a bunch of other events at the same venue.
So she goes on about like how the security was lax effectively, right? And confusing. And I think a lot of people say that. In fact, the shooter said that in his own manifesto. He couldn't believe it. There were other selfie videos from female reporters.
Rather eventful evening at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Everyone's outside. It's pretty chaotic.
Thank you. Thank you for that report. I really appreciate that. You know, like I'm not trying to make fun of people. I'm just trying to say in these scenarios, right, like make sure that you're providing important and critical information because you're there and everybody wants to be able to know what's going on. And make sure you're treating it with the gravitas that is required of the event. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is like a good example of that. Unclear if the shooter is dead or detained. Cops have D.C. on lockdown.
Okay, it's really hard to confirm anything. People don't know if he's dead or detained, but Secret Service has all of D.C. on a lockdown right now. They just held guns at a car that was driving through. It was kind of scary. We'll keep you updated.
Okay. So this is Deborah Lee. I want to say that I have nothing against Deborah Lee. I don't know Deborah Lee, but she made quite a few videos last night trying to inform people about what's going on.
How did somebody get a gun into the White House Correspondents' Dinner? Honestly, as somebody who went, there was no security. You just showed your ticket and you were able to completely get in. There was just no pat downs, no metal detectors, nothing going on. So really horrible setup, and I just don't even understand how that was a thing when the United States president was going to speak, who has already had assassination attempts on his life. So really crazy.
This got community noted because there were metal detectors screened guests entering the White House Correspondents' Dinner. The shooter approached the screening area and was stopped by security, as you can see here in the film. Now, you could argue that the screening should be outside, perhaps. You shouldn't be able to get into the building. Maybe they should lock down the entire building so that no one can get in. The shooter was a guest at the hotel, right? Checked into the hotel. Carried all of his weapons in with him. But to say there's no security isn't true, right? But then, this is what really gets you in trouble, taking the selfie. So here's the selfie. Women. Shooter at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Shooter is dead. Thank you, Secret Service. So a kissy face selfie taken as making the rounds. That's for sure. It is traveling on social media. Women. Yes. LMFAO. Yeah. So please tell me this isn't real. Get in there and make it about you. That's right. Tell me this is real. So this is now what the internet is. They're doing the meme again. This is what the internet is now using as a meme template. Yeah. Okay. Yes. There you go. You get in there and make it about you. Oh, yes. Here we go. There's the meme again. There you go. Yep, that's real. Okay. Men taking pictures in space, women taking pictures in space. Okay. Let's see some of the reactions. Unfortunately, this is peak Gen Z posting. High angle, the emoji use, the blurriness, the pursed lips, the self-centeredness, the blatant disinformation. This belongs in the history books. It do be like that. Oh, no. Oh. Okay. Lunch of Mar-a-Lago. All right. Okay, what do we got here? Oh, no. Okay. USS Liberty. Yeah. Okay. All right. Here's a bombing. I think there's bombing of the U.S. Embassy. Right? Yemen, maybe? Okay. Yep. Titanic. Apocalypse. Space. You can't make this up. Selfie time. Trump was assassinated. Selfie time. Nothing, says social media influencer like tits out, duck lips, selfie during an active shooter event. Good Lord, this is awful. Who stops and takes selfies at the site of an assassination attempt? Thank you, Deborah. But we're also asking the real question. Were you not able to get a selfie commemorating the moment? Why did you delete the cute selfie? She's basically Lex's girlfriend. There you go. That's right. Hey guys, there's an assassination attempt. Let me stop and take a selfie. We're a completely lost generation. Lord have mercy. Active shooter situation, kissy face selfie. This is how women act in fight or flight situations, LOL. There are only two types of women. And does this attempted assassination make my ass look fat? All right. Okay. Really weird. She's always giving me an unsettling feeling. Here we go. Kissy face selfie at assassination event. Check. Post lie about suspect being dead. Community noted. Post lie about there being no security. Community noted. Perfectly encapsulates. Oh no. Well, ladies and gentlemen, what can you say? Careful what you post on the internet. Sorry. Just need to laugh, okay? Just wanted to laugh. It's been a long day. All right, that's enough internet for today. See ya.